hello, it's been a while. See, the last time I made these videos, I was sitting in there, I had my own desk, and then they threw us all out during lockdown. And then when we came back, the place was covered in plastic screens and we all had regimented desks. And then they started putting offices in this place and they asked if I'd like one. Well, yes, please, yes, I would. So, started the day with some voiceover work and also editing a podcast. It's a podcast that I edit every single week. And then, frankly, despite having more to do in my to-do list, I got distracted and thought I'd try and create some promo for the new episode of Being Freelance podcast. But to see if I could do it, look at this, in Canva. And that included taking some video of me, which I filmed with this backdrop. You see, this is me in a frame. You can see my hands. I've put it in a circle, got rid of the background, put a white on, made it black and white. The only thing Canva was missing was the ability to add subtitles. So then I took it into video. I find video is really good auto-transcribing it and then adding really cool subtitles. So yeah, I've blatantly been distracted. Now I'm going to go back to my to-do list. But hey, something learned.
I always say there's like a million ways you can skin a cat. There's a million different ways that you can do your marketing. There's no right and wrong way. It's finding the things that you enjoy.
Monday nights, I now play tennis. School run done. I don't actually have to do the school run so much anymore. It's so different to what it used to be pre-COVID. For a start, our son goes to high school, so he takes care of himself. But my wife is only in London maybe 1 or 2 days, so she tends to take her daughter to school. I still tend to do pickup. But yeah, it's made a big difference. Right, what the hell am I doing? So this morning, I've got to take the edits that I did for podcasts on Monday and then add the intros and outros. So that takes up quite a bit of time. But before I do that, I need to do a brief for Thomas, who is designing a new advert for Freelancer Magazine. In the last couple, we've done a word search, but I worry that if we do another word search, it won't have the same impact. So come up with another idea. I need to get that over to him. So I've been working on a promo video for the Doing It For The Kids podcast. We now put the podcast out every other week, but on the alternate week, I try and make a video. So while that's exporting, I'm just trying to make myself look a bit more respectable. I need to head off to the school for parents consultation, which is the most growing up thing about being a parent. I'm sitting here in a hoodie with a diet of mini eggs, and now I've got to go, has she now? Oh, that's amazing, brilliant, yes, absolutely. Obviously I stopped going to the gym during the pandemic with my personal trainer, but I discovered Apple Fitness, £10 a month, and I do these strength workouts and these HIIT workouts. I just find it fits in with my life so much better. I don't have to go to the gym, I just have to go outside, and I'm feeling so much better for it. You know, it's easy to forget that during the pandemic, we didn't get to do any of those school things, like the World Book Day parade. And it's so nice to be back doing that. Actually, not really spoken about that. So when COVID happened and we went into lockdown, I did bits and pieces that I had going on with some regular clients. I basically gave up work to look after the kids, to do the homeschooling. So I pay myself a salary from my business, so a regular amount every single month. I was able to keep doing that and paid myself a salary from my business savings, which thankfully was a lot, because as a limited company director, the government didn't give me any support. So yeah, I can't stress enough how important it is, I think, to try and build up a buffer of cash. And you can only really get that buffer of cash if you're charging enough so that you're not just earning enough to live in the present and to be saving for a distant future, but also to be saving for a future that you don't even know exists yet. It does mean now, though, that my business bank balance is nothing like what it was, starting to rebuild that back up again. The Cookie Collective was something that I started in January 2021. We did it again in January 22, and here we are with the third Cookie Collective. Basically, it's a mastermind group. If you cast your mind back to my old vlogs, you will have seen me take part in mastermind calls. And I realised just how great they were. So I wanted to sort of bring that to the community. And everybody who's done it has got a lot out of it. Yeah, so Friday morning, co-working, followed by the Non-Employee of the Week Awards. That's all in the new home of the community, off of Facebook. Not sure whether I've spoken about that. Maybe I will next week. I know, next week. Let's find out what it's like being freelance. Promotion designer, 3D artist, Alex Leo. I've also just heard, client-wise, a couple of podcasts that I've done. Such a huge company. Zip. Not allowed to say anything, not allowed to put it anywhere. It's actually a project that we recorded 2021, December. Now it is being published after some more edits. Don't worry, they paid me back in December 2021. And then a video that I've also done for another big client has gone down really well, but I can't show it. I can't share it. And I think this is why it's so good having your own stuff put out there in the world and be in control of. As like somebody who likes to create things, I love being able to just turn things around, put them out into the world, see how they go down. And some of the best way to do that is with your own stuff. I guess the combination of it all works. So I accidentally uploaded the wrong audio to the podcast. I uploaded the transcript audio. 297 episodes. You would have thought I had the hang of it by now. Although maybe that's it. Maybe we get complacent and don't check enough things the more we do stuff. It's like making a cake. You've made it so many times that suddenly you forget the vanilla essence. Never forget the vanilla essence. A lot of things changed during the pandemic. A lot more podcast work instead of video work. My wife being at home, the amount of exercise I do, the amount of banana bread I eat. Some of these habits stuck around, and I'm glad they have. I'm glad you have. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please hit like. Please hit subscribe. That's what I meant to say. Please listen to the podcast and join the Being Freelance Community. I'll put a link below.
Allow yourself that time to breathe and relax. allow yourself that time to have a life. Being freelance is having, that ultimate control over your own schedule and what you do, when you do it, all of that. So let yourself have that.